Can you talk us through the early days of Better Contact, and especially how you found those first customers, through which channels, which ways, and then how, as you progressed as a company where you're now, getting closer to that 1 million ARR, you found some product market fit. What was the playbook?
The idea was always to leverage Outbound as a channel, because in every stage of a company, Outbound has its place. I mean, it's a different place, but it's always there and should always be used. Regarding Outbound, I would say it's just the most scalable, most cost effective, and also the fastest way to get validation. So pre-PMF, basically, when you're about to figure out who you really want to niche down, who you really want to target, Outbound has its place as a validation machine. The goal to start a conversation, not to pitch slap with Outbound, but it's really a great way to get market feedback. So you basically have a hypothesis which you want to validate, and then by reaching out to these people which might be part of this hypothesis, you're able to validate, is this something they even reply to? This is of course a pretty good indicator. Of course, a positive reply, if they insult you, that's of course also happening. But this is something which is extremely valuable, like Outbound as a feedback machine in the early days. And of course, it brings you the first customers, and then you can iterate. If you like that customer, you can find more customers which are similar, reach out to them. And at the same time, of course, through content, content. How we did it and how I'm thinking about finding product market fit is with two ways. So the first is you have a very strong hypothesis, because you're able to form this hypothesis with all the knowledge or the network you have for a certain industry. Let's say I was a product manager in the fintech industry for 5 years. So now I know how it is as a product manager. I have friends working in product management in similar companies. So I very much know the market, and thus I know the pain points. I know people that already might be able to buy it. So I'm saying I'm focusing on my product on product managers working in fintech companies in Europe, right? So this is one example to go about it. And the second one, which we took, because we didn't have this expertise in any of these industries, because as mentioned, I'm quite young. I did a few internships and don't have a very focused expertise in anything. The idea is to gather as many signups, so as much traffic from different fields, and then seeing based on data, product data, based on feedback, where is the strongest pull? Where is the most natural pull from a persona which says, I need this product a lot. And then you can iterate, you can segment them in different clusters and see, this is a very strong cluster. It's a lot of noise. A lot of people will knock on your door, which you shouldn't let in, which says giving a demo. But this is basically how we did it. Through Outbound, reaching to a lot of different personas, seeing what sticks, and then also through content, seeing what's the inbound demand.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a flywheel where, based on the outbound you were doing and the feedback you were getting from the market, from the sales calls you had, you would publish content and then also see who resonates with that content. And I can also imagine this is still a continuous thing, actually ongoing.
Yeah, 100%. So I mean, as soon as you get feedback is the most valuable thing that you can have. At the beginning, you're able to iterate on that. And as you said, it's like a flywheel. You get more feedback, you can improve what you're building. And then in the end, you're able to hone in on different clusters and thus become more and more specialized, which I think is needed, especially in such an environment which we currently are in.